All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the second annual Global Goddess Fest, a week-long virtual festival to inspire, activate, and connect female leaders, entrepreneurs, and creatives worldwide. So today we have Maria here. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really excited to be bringing her wisdom into the Global Goddess Fest. So she's calling in from Ramona, California, and she is an Earth Wisdom Elder, author, and teacher. And we originally connected via Facebook, and I got to become familiar with her work through that platform. And then since then, we have been able to start beginning to know each other, and every conversation I've had with her has just been really light, but also very nurturing and direct with spirit is the words that are coming through. And so, yeah, thank you so much, Maria, for being here.
Well, thanks for asking me, Rae. I'm really excited to be part of this. I've been working, with women since 1972. And, some of us older ones, we sat down and we had a talk not too long ago, going, scratching our heads and going, didn't we do this before? And now we're watching you guys do it, but we're seeing how it's taken everything to the next level. And we're so excited about this next generation of women coming into their power and where it's leading us, because it really is fulfilling some prophecies. And as you know, I'm part Native American, and so I've always been really heavily involved with the prophecies. I've been privileged to sit with elders that carried that kind of wisdom, and then my ceremonial life, which is my passion. I love to get into the deep magic. So you put all that together, and I think, you know what, we got a handle on what's going on, and things are changing, and everybody's got hope again, and that's a good thing.
Definitely. And you have written 23 books. I just wanted to share that, because it's like, what? Wait a sec. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, one of my first things from the time I was like 10 years old, I would see these things and I'd start writing them down, and I'd talk to my grandpa about them with him and what they might mean and stuff. And some of them were prophetic and they would later come to pass. And then others were, I was just envisioning some of the mythology I'd heard as a smaller child. And the next thing I knew, I was a grown up and doing my work. And oh my gosh, I was writing these things down. And the Dalai Lama actually played a vital role in my first book, and by kind of challenging me to do it. And since then, it's been nonstop. And, I actually found that I used to get headaches a lot. And if I just write everything down, they don't come. So follow what spirit tells you to do, and you will find not only your life going smoother, but also your health, your love life, your finances, everything. And it's a matter of learning to trust that relationship that we have with basically what we've been told is not real.
Totally. So, for women that are watching this and maybe haven't yet developed that sort of relationship, or haven't really stepped into that full trust, what's some wisdom that you could share with them and how to do that?
Oh, I would have to say it all kind of starts with, there's two things that I really recommend to everybody, but most especially women, because that's been my big focus, like I said, since 1972. Now I have sons as children, but it's been the women that have been my focus. And that the reason they've been my focus is because of synchronicity. Okay, synchronicity is something to pay attention to. When you're there in the right moment and the doorway opens for you to take advantage and use one of your skills, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And is a real big part of my own mental health as well as my connection, because it starts each day off for me. I mean, you know, I was reading your bio and I'm like, holy crap, this kid's like had it like I've had it, you know, where it seems like every year you have a near death experience or the opportunity to leave this plane of existence or to be censored by the, you know, the other side of things or whatever. And so prayer is what's kept me going. I get up every morning and I just tell him, thank you for another good day in my life. And then when I go to bed, I say, thank you for another good day of my life, because what I have learned in between is this could be the last one. You better make it count. And, you know, so I take every day that way. And what I have learned through all of that is that we got this magic that's available to us as human beings, and even a more intense kind of magic through ritual that's available to us as women, because we carry the strongest connection to the earth. And she's kind of like the manifester of all things. So like if you need to make money in your life, you know, it's nice to talk to Creator and all these ancestors out here, but on that side of the realm, they don't really understand about due dates. So you need to take it down to Mother Earth and get her involved and make sure she's part of that process, because she's the one that works with the circular time, the linear time, the timelines. Whereas, you know, when we're in spirit form on the other side, it's like there is no time. It's all now. So, so I pray. I also find that prayer in the morning and that prayer in the evening, that's helps balance my masculine and feminine, because basically I'm talking to the daylight and I'm talking to the moonlight, right? So this is masculine and feminine representations, which helps balance that scope within my daily living. I am always living by the miraculous. Those prayers open up my ability to see when something miraculous happens and be able to put the pieces together. I'm a puzzle doer. So, and that doesn't mean, you know, jigsaw puzzles or Sudoku or any of the other things. It means I look out there and I see, okay, somebody's told me, oh, the Kogi, you're doing this, and, or the Dalai Lama's doing this. And then like 3 days later, I see Marianne Williamson announce that she may run for president. That's a puzzle, and I'm following the connecting dots. It's like the dot to dot thing. And that's what a traditional earth life is kind of about. You see this, and then you see this, and you see how they're connected, and how that really behooves you to catch that current and be part of it. So prayer and affirmation is really important. I'm going to offer a little vulgarity here right this second. I got taught growing up by my dad, walk tall, stand proud, look them in the eye, and say, fuck you, if they've got opinions about what you're doing. You know, so I've gone through moments in my life where I didn't feel I was qualified, or I didn't feel of value. I just turned 64. And I recently went through a moment of, am I still relevant into this position? You know, things change and we don't always recognize the change. And so one of the things I want to offer is, when you don't feel valued, or when you feel that you're alone, you're in initiation. That's a moment of initiation. And basically you have set up for yourself a series of situations that make you reevaluate or redefine who you are in this moment of life. And so those little moments as we're going through life, they may not seem little in that moment. I mean, you know, like going to jail, that's a big deal, okay? But it was a little moment in the grand scheme of things. And so each one of them, though, has us look back and say, this is not working, and this is working. So then we make those choices to leave some things behind and to move ahead. I have found that the way I am in relationship with spirit and earth and my sisters and my brothers out there in the world. It has changed over the last 7 years. When we were all meditating and we're coming into the great change of 2012. And I'll do that because a lot of people think nothing happened at 2012. I have to tell you, a lot happened at 2012, and you're just starting to see that. What we did before was, we all had our really good daily practices of meditation and mindfulness and all these things, right? And so you're sitting down and you're saying your prayers and you're closing your eyes and you're doing your meditations and the messages are coming. And then we got up and we went and we tried to create the situations to make it happen. Okay. We were active immediately. Mm-hmm. That was before the 2012 hit. Since the 2012 hit, if you're trying to do things that way, you're probably running into a lot of obstacles because synchronicity is really lined up since that timeline cross. And what has happened is that now you sit down, you do your prayers, you do your meditation. Oh, and I was taught you have to do both. Prayers are talking to God, meditation is listening to what he's got to say or she's got to say. For us, God is creator. All that is the big dude thing out there. And that's all of us. So it's sit down, receive your message, and then you're done with your meditation, but instead of trying to go out and do anything with it, you just go about your day, and when it shows up, then you just do it. It's not making anything happen. It's opening yourself to allow it to show up on your front doorstep and then take action. Mm-hmm. So it's a much easier process. And I think a lot of what happens right now is people outthinking themselves. They get caught up in the whirlwind of the mind. Like I said, I've been working with women since 1972, and what they call what I do, aside from, a pagan spirituality, eco-spirituality, whatever, it's also eco-psychology, because I got involved with women that had been sexually abused, and that's where I started my practice as a healer. Wow. And it was with Native American rites of passage. And so with these is that if you have life honorings and you can build a community that's change within individuals, you have a healthy you have a strong mental health system. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sorry, healthy got in there and it seemed like it got all turned around. I'm dyslexic too, which doesn't help. So the foundation for most indigenous cultures was really, there was no mental health issues. If you heard voices when you were a child, or you wanted to dress like the opposite gender, nobody paid you any mind. They encouraged you to do it because those were keys to who you were, what your talents were, what you'd be when you grow up. I actually told kids for years now, if you didn't hear voices, we'd be worried about you. That's the kind of world I grew up in, okay? Yeah. You just have to learn to discern which are the ones you're supposed to listen to and which ones you pay no never mind to. Yeah. So let me give it to you. The ones that are all negative, that tell you you're not worth crap, that you don't know what you're doing, that's your own fear, okay? That has absolutely nothing to do with spirit at all. It doesn't come from earth. It doesn't come from spirit, little ones, ancestors, nobody. It comes from other humans that have ingrained in us agendas and basically told us we're failures if we don't live up to their agenda. Mm-hmm. To totally. Their agenda. And, so it's like, okay, a lot of the work I do now, while it comes from Tilshayam, that's Apache Snake Clan Foundation, most of it does deal with mental health issues and bringing people back to more of a earth spiritual concept, which involves going through a lot of the illusion. People build a house, a lot of times they'll lay a block foundation or something like that. Humanity's foundation is crumbling out from underneath them because we have put all of these illusions on people and saying you can't live up to this standard, therefore you're not worth, and that's bullshit. I heard voices. I had visions. I was nurtured to become a priest because that's what they do. I was a tomboy and loved to dress in boys' clothes and hated dresses. I'd rather run around naked than in a dress when I was a kid, right? Okay, so as it turns out, I was bisexual, and part of that was a natural thing, I guess. I also am an outdoors person, so wearing a dress and cleaning up the horse pasture don't really go together.
No.
So, I grew. If you stop listening to other people, you find out, okay, yeah, I'm this short little thing, but I'm loud, so I use it. I use it. Now, part of that's because I'm deaf in one ear, and part of it's just because I'm loud. I'm also part of Pouchy and an orator, so I talk a lot, okay? I'm not the only Apache that talks a lot. It seems to be something in our tribe. My cousins all do it too. They talk. So these are things that, just general concepts. Always ask yourself, where is this coming from before you turn around and beat the crap out of yourself. Because if you believe you can be something more, you are already it. You just have to live it. Don't be waiting for it to show up, or you've got to heal so much of it. Live it day to day and it will grow. But if you're waiting for something to show up, it's always going to be like way out here. And you're not going to get that that support you need, that confirmation that, this is you and you're doing it right.
It's like you have to start taking the steps to allow the stones to come up underneath your feet. And
that's it. Yeah. That's it. I mean, you can't, I often tell my newer students when they come to us, give up understanding, okay? Let it go. Understanding is highly overrated. Understanding the way people want to understand is not here. It's cellular. It's when it sets in you and it's a truth. It's when you sit in that sweet spot and everything's working for you. That's a truth. That's an understanding of a different nature. So if it's just I need to understand the dynamics of how Facebook looks, well, guess what? There's lots of courses out there. You may or may not come into your own error. But remember, that's an intellectual thing. The understanding you're seeking is more of a body sensation that affirms who you are and gives you that confidence.
I love that.
So for women, the best place to be reaffirmed in all our steps as we're going and have a sounding board is women's circles. We do Moon Lodge here, and you've got the Goddess Fest, and you do 10 times more than I ever do. But it is that you come here, you be true to who you are, nobody has judgment, and bam, there you are. You are affirmed. You are affirmed. And what I always say, that, especially to my women in Moon Lodge, because we meet on a regular basis, is you come, you get filled up, you feel confident about who you are. We have held up what you've had to share. Then you go about your daily life in between those gatherings. And about the time you feel like the world's beat you up enough and you need another fix, it's kind of okay. Yeah. You come back to the Moon Lodge and you fill up again.
Welcome all.
Yeah. That's it. And I know the terminology's odd, but I'm kind of sarcastic when it comes to my sense of humor. There is coyote lineage in our bloodline as well. And for those that don't know, Coyote's a tree. So he likes to make fun of everything. but being sarcastic kind of got me through the last years of my life, up to that
Yeah, deep
2012.
step into
Oh
that
my God.
playfulness.
Well, and you have to understand the irreverence and the reverence, they have to balance each other out. They
Mm-hmm.
have, and everything. It doesn't matter whether you're Christian, Buddhist, anything, any of
Mm-hmm.
the philosophy. They're all saying we got to get back to that innocence, that it's the child that's going to lead us out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not necessarily a child, it's the child in here.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
yeah.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Well, I think it's so fun to hear your perspective on life because of the experiences that you've been able to witness and be a part of, and now sharing your wisdom and working with so many women. It's really, really quite incredible. And so for all of our viewers that are tuning in and listening and a part of this conversation, we have Maria's giving away a free gift with the link right below this video. It's a Spiral Dancing Life ebook. So do you want to just take a minute to share what that ebook's all about?
Yeah, I have an apprenticeship program online, and it's called Spiral Dancing. And after doing it for 20-something years, we decided we wanted to put together just enough of a little booklet to help people be able to utilize the concepts, the basic concepts, even though they might not be interested in the full program. Mm-hmm. So it starts you off with getting in touch with your inner child, looking at some of the things in your life, and arriving at a place where basically you're rewriting the story of your life, which is necessary for us to go from that victim to the hero's journey. We are the heroes of our own journey. You have been through it. You don't have to keep going through it. And so the book has some concepts, just some little essays and concepts, but it also has basic rituals, which, are kind of like kids' games, I guess you could say, if you've never been involved in ritual. I mean, It involves, building a fire and dancing around, singing or something. And, that's one of the easiest ones. So, it helps you arrive at a more solid, this is who I am. And the spiral dance is what we do. As we dance our life, we make everything sacred.
I love that. I can't wait to do and read the ebook myself. And then we also, for anyone that's going to be getting the full festival, she's also going to be giving a medicine wheel, 8 directional meditations. And so this is a private video. So another incredible offering. So thank you so much, Maria. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for being here with us, for really sharing some powerful different nuggets. I think this is going to be an interesting interview that I think people are going to be wanting to go back and review and listen to it twice, because I think there was so much in there. So thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And
well, thank you. And I look forward to the hugs when you get back to town.
Yes. So bye, everyone. We'll see you soon.